Nice. How long have you been in here? How many questions have been asked?
Um,
We were talking about Bert like right before you came in. We were just she asked who the favorite our favorite contestant was, and we just said Bert. And I asked her what her opinion on Bert was initially when she came in the tank.
Nice.
That's kind of where we left off. Yeah.
Nice. Well, Binks is my favorite contestant, so I'm a little jelly you got to kiss her.
maybe you could
All
kiss
right.
her.
I do have one question from Consequences. Can you describe the elimination process and what was going on through your mind when you were doing that?
Good question.
Yeah, so at first I was very confused once Shelby left, and then I thought something happened with her. And then when Tony left, I was like, something's suspicious because Tony really wanted to stay. He never talked about leaving, and he wanted the money so bad. And then, like, once they pulled me to the room, I was like, oh shit, because the day before they were trying to get me to leave too. But then, I don't know, there's a lot going through my mind. I was confused, and I thought they were actually going to kick Binks out too, and the show is actually over. So they told us that there's legal action going on, but that was a trick. And then when they told me to chase after Tony with my luggage and everything, honestly, I thought that was funny. And then they told me to take out the trash as a second scene. I was just like laughing in my head.
Nice. So, how long were you in contact with production before actually getting cast onto the show?
Well, I heard about it a couple days before.
Was it a Craigslist ad, or how did you find out about it?
Backstage.
Nice. Have you ever done anything like this prior?
No.
Okay. When you came into the house and you got to meet everybody or see everybody in the house, did anybody stand out to you in particular, and what were your opinions on the original 4 people who were in the house when you came in?
Honestly, Bert stood out to me. He was the first person that stood out. But my opinions on the original 4 people, I didn't even know that they were the originals until after I left. But I thought Binks was cool. Peyton was quiet or more reserved. And who was the other person?
Symbol.
Yeah, I didn't talk to Symbol at all.
Yeah, there was a elimination that night, and Symbol went home, and everybody kind of cast Symbol out. Who would have been your, if it wasn't for the I guess the mob mentality, right? Who would your initial vote out would have been?
I was gonna pick Bert.
Why, if you mind me asking?
Because they told me just to find someone's name and choose them. And he was the only that stood out to me because he had that acronym for his name.
Oh, the Black Urban Raw Top.
Yeah.
The the night that you and Binks were in bed together, right? Obviously, there's been a lot of footage about that. A lot of doctored, or I would say doctored, where people are misinterpreting what you guys were talking about. If you could just give us a little idea of what was really being talked about under the sheets.
We were just talking about where we're from and like what she does and like previous relationships. That's basically it. Oh, and we were talking about Alex B.
Was that the female Alex B, right?
Yeah, the one that left.
Yeah, she had a bit of a crash out. I think she was saying that, was she the one who said she was going to sue?
Yeah, that was her.
Positive. Yeah. Have you been in contact with any of the other females since you've left?
I got their Instagrams.
How about Tony?
Tony, I have not spoken to.
Oh my goodness. Kwan?
I've talked to Quan.
Yeah, it seems like there was a thing. I feel like Kawan was trying to pull Tony away from you so he could get closer. That's my take on the situation.
Honestly, I thought Tony was trying to get closer to Quan. I don't know.
Have you? So you haven't spoken with Tony at all? Did you know that he has actually got things good with his wife? Him and his wife are getting along now, and that's good. We spoke with him yesterday. If you want, we can. I'm sure you already have it, but we can give you his contact information.
I did get his Instagram already.
Awesome. What were your feelings about the show, looking back on it now and knowing what it is?
It was interesting. It honestly, like, going back outside and the thing versus the things that we did inside, it kind of reminded me of a sorority, but 10 times worse. And it just felt like I was in a simulation there. And everyone is dumb because they'll literally do anything that anyone says and believe everything. Honestly, I didn't know what was real or fake inside.
Was there anything that you didn't believe, like right off the bat?
Maybe, I don't know. There's a lot of things. I can't remember.
Like maybe you felt like they were acting in a certain situation. I think you were in the living room when Alex Diamond came in and
Oh, okay.
started yelling at you guys. Did you ever feel like, okay, this guy's maybe acting, or maybe another cast member like from production, maybe they were acting or putting on a show for you, something like that?
Yeah, I knew that Alex Steinhardt was acting.
Did you know Alex Stein prior to him showing up?
No.
With you being on the show and making some friends and stuff on the show and leaving and making friends outside of the show, is there anybody you'd be interested in working with, whether it be from the production side of the show or some of the freeloaders that you were there with?
I would probably want to work with Alex, the one that left, since she's a model and I'm also a model. Um, I feel like Quan would be a good person to make content with, only because he's very outspoken, outgoing, and maybe some people from the production team. No particular.
Who is your favorite member of production?
The guy with the beard. I forgot his name. He will wear the fedora.
Oh, Gay Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. A popular question that everybody asks, and it's an absolutely ridiculous question, but we have to ask it. What does the house smell like?
It smells really. Just imagine going to the grocery store and go to the raw fish section, but lined with chemicals and like a little bit of sewage. Oh, and you know when some people's feet smell when they had their shoe on for a whole entire day and they take it off? It kind of smelled like that.
Stank foot. What were your opinions on Tank?
He was cool. I couldn't tell if he was serious or not most of the time.
He's a staple of the show, actually. He's
Yeah,
lost a lot of weight.
I seen that part.
Lily,
But
is there
Tank,
anybody on the show that you wanted to get to know better?
Mm-hmm.
maybe Maybe Kevin or Luke. I feel like I didn't speak to them that much.
Lily, at what point did you realize it's live, and what was your thought process once you realized it's not just a regular TV show? Because that was kind of glossed over.
Yeah, so when they started giving out roses and gifts, I looked at the paper and it Live on there with the timestamp. So that was the point where I was like, oh, okay, maybe people are watching this right now.
Oh, you had done this famous moment where you went and kissed Kawan at the talent show, right? Then
Yeah.
there wasn't really much contact between you two, but then afterwards there was this story post, I guess, of you two. So some people are wondering if maybe you all got closer after the show.
I think we stayed at the same hotel, like left together, but that was about it.
When we interviewed Tony yesterday, he said a lot of your relationship stuff, a lot of the kissing was more of an act than it was real feelings. Would you agree with that?
Honestly, I thought Tony was being for real at first.
It seemed like you were really into him after the kiss. I mean, he kind of put it like this. He kind of said that it was pre-planned, but you know, we saw everything, so it kind of didn't look like that. It looked like he was genuinely rizzing you up. Would you say that he has, you know, a good amount of riz? Because I mean, he is, you know, charming, Sicilian guy, very likable. So I mean, did you just like him right off the bat?
Honestly, I don't think it was pre-planned. I did believe him, but at some points, it was a little bit questionable. He'll like switch up and like kind of, he'll like rizz me up. And then once I told him, oh, I don't think we should be doing this because you got a girlfriend, he would like turn into the evil Sicilian. And then I'm like, okay, never mind.
What do you mean evil Sicilian?
Yeah, like intimidating
Like
in some way?
Like toxic.
Oh,
He would
okay.
start
And do
like
you think
being mean to you or something. Like,
He was like, better watch your back.
and I noticed after the kiss, you kind of, I think, like, it seemed like, from my point of view, personally, it seemed like maybe you, I don't know, like when you kiss somebody, maybe you kind of maybe catch little feelings, as weird as that sounds. Because I think
Yeah.
you were kind of asking, I think I remember you asking him, like, on the recliner, like, oh, are we really doing this? Like, what were you thinking, like, right then? Because it seemed like you kind of started to like him.
Which recliner?
I think it was the recliner in the den, kind of near the front door.
All right. What was it like cutting your hair off just to leave the show the next day?
That was
Cutting
crazy.
your hair just to leave the show, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I didn't cut off as much as my hair, but yeah, I don't know.
And then when I don't know if this question was asked because I just got in here, Sam pulled you, or Mr. Gold pulled you in to the confessional to show you the videos of you and Binks talking and wanting to know what was said and what was revealed and things like that. What were you thinking when that happened?
I was very confused, and he didn't show me the video until after. But once I seen the video, I was like, okay, this is dumb. There's captions on there. It was just made up, and it didn't match anything that was.
Okay. Give me one. Somebody got a question for Lily here?
Yeah, Lily, have they gotten in contact with you for doing anything in the future with the show?
No, they haven't.
Okay. Would you like to if you got the opportunity?
Yeah, I want to be opposed to it.
Give us a second. We're still going through some questions.
Yeah, there's one question I think
There's a
our
lot of
interviewer wanted to
questions in
ask
there.
that kind of all of us are wondering about.
Yeah. Okay. So when we interviewed Tony, he said that after the show, you guys kind of went your separate ways, even though you stayed at the hotel, and he wanted Tony to come hang out with you and him. And Tony was like, "Nah, I'm not going to." And he kind of let us on that you and Kawan fucked. Can you either confirm nor deny whether or not you and Kawan fucked in the hotel room?
I'm not gonna comment on that because I don't know why Tony would say that.
So basically, y'all was fucking.
That's what I'm getting.
No.
I think Kawan insinuated it too in his interview, if I remember correct.
Kawan said no.
I believe he said no, but he said he liked Lily as a person.
He said he definitely did like you, and he looked forward to working with you in the future. Other
Yeah.
people want to know what kind of heavy petting went on with Binks under the sheets in the bedroom. Did you touch her?
No, that's gross.
Why would that be gross?
I'm just kidding, but we were just talking.
And then, really quick, before I go, because I actually have to take care of some stuff here. Would you, would you, not would you, but would you like to plug your socials so you can get some followers and stuff like that from us?
Yeah. Should I say it out loud or
Yeah, of course. Your
Um,
TikTok, your Instagram.
I'll just put it in the
We'll
chat?
type it in chat too.
Okay. So my Instagram is
We'll promote all your stuff.
okay. I'm gonna type it.
What are your plans after the show now?
Well, I'm back in California and I'm just modeling.
Do you ever plan to live stream yourself?
I actually thought about doing that. But I'm just like thinking what I should do for the live stream.
Well, there's a lot of other fish that typically when they get done with the show, they go on to make their own channel, and usually they can get a lot of people to help them out with that. And they just do some like simple reacting things to old Fishtank content, Sam Hyde content, and stuff like that. That's a good place to like start. And usually the people just kind of give them ideas.
Yeah.
Sometimes you could, if you're doing like just walking around. California is a great place to just walk around and live stream IRL.
Like on Twitch.
So,
Twitch, YouTube,
yeah, like
all
on
that
Twitch,
stuff.
yeah. So Lily, one thing a lot of us noticed about basically all the girls in the house was that a lot of them actually had OnlyFans and stuff like that. Did you ever do that, or are you planning to start an OnlyFans? I mean, a lot of the streamers or people who have been on the show consider it. They talked about it. Is that something you considered as well?
No. That's not something I will ever do.
What type of modeling
You look
do
into
you
streaming
do?
though.
Like magazines, stuff like that, or?
Yeah, like brand work, music videos, fashion stuff. And I do like some UGC content.
What is that?
Could you describe for the people who don't know? Could you describe what that is?
Oh, so basically, when you're on social media or Instagram and you see a brand and there's videos or like advertisements where a person is showing off a product or a piece of clothing, that's UGC content.
Have you ever had any like what's your biggest modeling gig? Have you ever done anything for like Nike or something like that?
Not yet, but that's actually one of my goals. I've worked with, there's a store called Chic in LA. That's like one of the bigger brands that I've worked with. I've worked with like rap artists such as Polo G, and I also did a commercial for Gucci.
You ever
How
want
long
to
ago
model
was
for
that?
Pink?
What was that?
Oh, you go ahead.
If you ever want to model for Pink, I do know one photographer out in New York, so I can just message you his details after this.
Yeah, I would be down.
If you could have destroyed something in the house before you left, what would you have picked to destroy?
Oh my gosh, I wish I destroyed that fish sign that Quan destroyed.
Why is that?
Lily, towards the
It just
I
seemed
was
more
gonna
fun.
say towards the end of it, you saw how crazy shit gets, and you got kicked out kind of before things got really heated. How far do you think you would have gotten? Like, you think you see yourself doing crazy shit and surviving in that environment, or leaving early?
Honestly, I could see myself surviving. Because once I'm there, I'm not gonna quit.
How do you feel about cigarette smoke?
Mm, I don't really smoke.
So when, let's say you're inside the house and like maybe 5 people lit up a cigarette at the same time, like would you be like very uncomfortable?
No, I wouldn't care.
All right, say it was season 2 of Fishtank, and they had the cigarette delivery available option available. Would you have smoked the cigarette, or would you have refused?
I would refuse.
Would you refuse even if they removed you from the show because of it?
I'm not sure.
Well, in the past, we used to be able to do these like interactive things where we could pay for a cigarette to be delivered to you, and whether they liked you or hated you, they could have like hundreds of them delivered to you, and they would light them right away, and you could put them out and do whatever you wanted with them, but the house was very full of cigarette smoke last season.
What was
Oh, okay.
your opinion on the beverage Zip in the house? Did you get to try any of the Zip, and what did you think of it?
Yeah, I tried it. So it was cherry flavored. It tasted like fruit punch, just like sparkling juice.
Huh.
Did you feel like you had any rivalry with any of the other contestants, or anybody you felt like you had a heated exchange with that could have been taken further?
Let me think. Honestly, I didn't really like Quan.
Really?
Yeah.
He just rubbed you the wrong way, or did he say something to you in particular?
He was just very, on the show, he was like very immature, the way that he'll just crash out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing that I didn't like.
If fuck Mary Kill, Binks, Kawan, Tony.
Okay. Kill Tony. Fuck Binks. Marry Quan.
Nice.
Interesting.
Lily, when do you need to go, by the way, so we can let everyone talk to you real quick if they want to talk to you?
In like 5 minutes.
Are you okay with us opening the floodgates and letting the fans talk?
Yeah, that's
Full
fine.
disclosure, it's gonna be hell. So just saying.
Yeah, you'll hear some pretty terrible
It will be a
things, so
lot.
just brace yourself.
But
Okay.
Lily,
okay,
how much did your father beat you for you to become a dyke?
Okay,
What?
well that's one of them. Let's go to NSA real quick. Let's let everyone talk real quick. It's gonna be really loud, but
Okay.
you know, it is what it is.
Just pull her,
Come to
pull
NSA
her
call
up.
with us.
We can just
pull
pull her up there.
yeah.
Yes, pull her up there. That's better. We'll move you, Lily.
Okay.
Thank you, and I'm sorry for what you're about to receive.
She's already up there, so go up.
Oh, good. Boring ass bitch.
Okay, so Lily, what's your shoe size?
Love you,
Tell me.
Lily.
It's a 9.
Did you
Wait,
say
did
9?
you say
Repeat that,
feet?
Lily.
Wait,
8 or 9.
8 or... I'm sorry, Lily. We
Oh,
need you to be
fuck
precise here. This matters. 8 or 9? Which is it?
yeah, we need you to be precise. Yeah, but actually, you know what? You should pull your. Okay, you should. Turn your camera on.
Oh,
I honestly
Can
believe
you
with my
put
whole
a
entire
rule
heart that
next
you
to your
could not
foot and
handle
take a
Frank
photo.
Castle, Lily. Frank Castle.
Yeah,
will
actually,
go
you know,
for
you
you.
should DM me some feet pics.
Do you use socks, and if so, how much?
Did you snip your fingers after or no?
Wait, how do we know this is really Lily?
Do you
Well, her
This
pubes
is Lily. We know
What
it's
do you
Lily.
mean? It sounds exactly like her, you fucking idiot.
Yeah,
Have
you
you not been
retard.
watching the show? It sounds exactly like her.
Yeah, you got to post your feet pics so we know it's you, Lily.
Yeah, please post verification feet pics.
Yeah, you gotta send us your location so we know it's you.
Facts.
What is your home address?
Okay.
Yeah, we
Have
just
you
need
made
your
a-
social security number.
Yeah,
it's
it's a
fine.
bit much, dude.
Have you made a
All
fish tank
brothers
account?
enjoy a
Everybody be
sip.
nice to Lily.
Hello,
Consider
Ling
watching
Ling.
Be
Fish
nice to
This
Tank
is
her.
content in the
computer.
future?
How did your fingers smell afterwards?
After what?
After you fingered Binks?
That never happened.
Did they shrivel
That
up like
never
when you spend
happened.
too long in the bathtub?
Jesus,
Bro,
God,
we
dude.
heard you. Don't even try and say that. What the fuck? You fuck.
Lily, have you made a fish tank
Be nice
account?
to Lily.
Oh, what?
Have you made a fish tank account?
Not
to
yet.
watch live?
Oh, she could get she could get privileges
Oh, hey,
from
what's up,
Jet.
Handyman?
Yeah, if
Don't
you
worry.
make a fish tank account, you can get special like permissions in the chat. You get like a free season or whatever.
For
I'll give you
Jet.
tokens.
For if you DM Jet, Jet could give you like kind of a moderator status a little bit.
God damn, your mic
Does a third
fucking
person
sucks.
want to say it?
Jesus
Do we have
Christ.
a third person say it?
No.
Okay, so basically, if you message Jet, he'll give you this thing where it's basically like you have extra permissions. Does a fourth person want to explain what it is now?
You get like
Would you go back on
pass
Fish
for
Tank
free.
if they
So
asked
actually,
you?
if you message Jet, he'll make an account for you.
Yeah.
Lily, would you
Do you
find
think this
Luke
girl cares
dreamy?
about extra server permission?
When I think, just when I think, Lily, that there's no good left in this world, I look into Luke's eyes and everything is okay. Would you say that Luke's eyes are dreamy?
Yeah.
He's just a handsome guy.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on them Jews?
Them Jews?
What's your opinion on Bert?
Bert's cool.
Yeah, what is your opinion on Bert?
He's interesting.
Was there ever a point where Bert scared you?
In the beginning, once I came in the house, like or I was a little bit, but I'm fine.
What'd you think about Chris?
Chris,
Fatty.
Hank.
he was cool. He's smart, and he has a lot of wisdom.
He lost 200 and he is weighed 292 pounds.
Yeah.
Good job, Fatty.
You should look up older pictures of him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he used to be fat as fuck.
Yo, you guys shut up. Yo.
Bro,
Hey,
who brought
low
the
quality mic over there.
who brought the jits in here?
Yeah. What the fuck? Who brought that person in? So anyways, yo, Lily, whenever you get the chance, you should send me some feet pics in DM. You should do that. That'd be awesome.
They're for free. You gotta pay for them.
Open micing.
Lily, you should
get
Oh,
automatically
really?
fucking banned.
I have to pay for them?
True.
No way, dude. How much?
How do you
gotta
feel
pay
about
up.
cutting your hair and then leaving the next day?
I'll send you my feet pics instead. She doesn't even have
Damn.
to. I'll do it for you.
After this, a LARON interview is happening, by the way. And Lily, you
We
should
don't
look into
care about
streaming.
Look at
You should look into streaming, Lily.
Okay.
Yeah, tonight
No,
in like
look into
20
streaming
minutes.
and look into
Yeah,
maybe,
will
like,
you
Can't wait for the
content
game to
here
go.
so we can get to
reacting to
LeBron?
past content, like past seasons.
Yeah, you should watch the YouTube episodes of the past seasons.
Yeah, YouTube Fishtank.
Okay.
Lily,
Yeah,
what did you do
Fishtank
before
Digest.
this? What do you do for work before this? How did you get into this? Oh, okay, actually, forget how you got into this. What do you do for work?
I'm a model.
Okay, just modeling.
Yeah. So
Have you ever?
basically,
Get in here.
You just literally said that, dude.
All right,
She
no,
does-
okay, I
She does
understand.
not
Okay.
have a link. No.
You've never had like a 9-to-5 job or anything like that?
no.
Okay.
Did you graduate high school?
Yeah.
Of course.
Work is for jerks.
I mean,
Have you
model.
heard of Sam Hyde before?
Have I what?
Heard of Sam Hyde?
No.
Watch Fishtank before you look into Sam Hyde.
Yeah, watch the fish tank, then watch the documentary.
Yeah.
Documentary.
Don't
He's
watch
just
the
a cool guy. He's a
documentary.
comedian.
Okay.
Can't keep getting away with these crimes.
He
The
does a
TED
lot
Talk.
of comedic stuff online, and he does like stand-up comedy.
I've heard.
You guys are faggots. Just don't watch the hit pieces on them, and then you'll be good.
Wait, what?
Like the hit pieces on them.
Hit pieces?
Where losers have like no lives, and they just like.
Wow, is that the one leg? Don't you got one leg, Pope?
Yeah, y'all can run your mouths all you want, like asking
back
us
to
for fucking
Roblox.
clothes.
Oh my
Go
God.
back to
you
Roblox.
invited
Mad?
Sourpuss.
I love you, Lily.
Roblox.
Bitch, go back to Roblox.
I love you so much, Lily.
Yeah, we were rooting for you to stay out of a lot of the new contestants.
Yeah. I know.
You were cool. You and Binks had a cool connection.
You were awesome. I was starstruck.
And you were down for the chaos.
Me and Binks against the world.
Yeah, you guys would have been a cool duo.
Yeah.
But yeah, like JC said, streaming would be cool. I know people would watch.
Yeah. I'm gonna start doing.
Yeah, we need help with that promoting for streaming. Let us know. We
Lily,
the server
most
is down
streamers
to do
play
that.
games. Most streamers play games. What game would you play if you're going to stream? Do you play any video games at all?
I don't play video games.
You can
Do you have a hot tub? You could do like a hot tub stream.
A what?
A hot tub stream?
Yeah, it could just be hot tub and cooking.
If you want, you can start doing Minesweeper streaming. No one's done that yet.
That's true. It's an uncornered market.
No, you should step on the camera.
Hey, I want to know, was Tony's cooking good?
Oh man.
Good question.
The veggie burgers were good.
Did you understand the movie Inception? And if so, could you explain it to me?
Oh, sorry.
What did you and Tony do in the bathroom?
We were drowning the baby.
What type of Asian are you?
I'm Chinese.
Philippine.
I'm not Filipino.
No, that was the other girl.
Oh.
Is drowning the baby a euphemism?
Oh.
That was Alex B. I think. No.
Can you
Alex.
speak Chinese?
Yeah, I can.
Are you a halfie or full Chinese?
No.
Was that black girl a transgender?
No.
Why did she look like it?
That's racist.
That's true. Did she try getting with you after the show?
No.
Where's
this
character?
Sorry, guys. I have a cold.
Are you gonna hang out with any of the fish outside of the show?
The only person that lives near me is Shelby.
What the fuck is Shelby?
Turbo.
Oh, Shelby, yeah.
Yeah, her name's actually Turbo now.
It is Turbo.
Did you understand why she was being called Turbo?
I thought she ran super fast, and then
No,
that
she comes super
Yeah,
fast.
man. She ran really fast.
Oh.
Are you going to make a guest appearance on Turbo's OnlyFans?
The hard-hitting questions.
Doesn't have.
She got all that.
Yeah, I think she gets her money from a company production.
That's why she was so smart about the contracts.
Yeah, she signed a few bad contracts in her day.
Smart quotations.
She learned the hard way.
Okay, but I have to go, guys. It's nice
Alright,
talking.
Lily.
Bye.
I love you.
Thank you for coming,
Thanks
Lily.
for
We
joining.
appreciate it.
Lily, you've been great.
Thank you.
Anytime you want to hang out, we're here.
Thank you.
Anyhow or whatever.
Love you, Lily.
Love you.
Bye, Lily. You're the best.
You're the best guy.
I'll visit you soon.
back home in Houston.
I'm happy to be back home. That's all I'm gonna say.
Nice. What was it like your very first day walking into the house and meeting everybody?
The very first day was pretty chill. It was cool. Again, I thought I was walking into like a traditional reality show. So when I got there, I was just like ready to like change into an outfit. I had on like my airport stuff, and production was like, "No, keep that on. That looks good." And I was just like, "What the fuck is y'all talking about?" Like, I got on like mixed match colors and shit like that. But so that kind of threw me off. And then Lexi and Mizy was the first two people that I met, and they was pretty chill. I didn't know what to expect, but the first day was pretty cool. Uh, Seemed like a bunch of a diverse group. That's all I can say.
So your first day was pretty chill, but how would you say your overall experience on the show would be?
I wouldn't recommend it, but I mean, it is what it is. It was some good and it was some bad. It wasn't all bad. It wasn't all good. I met some super cool people that I'm sure I'll be close with for the rest of my life. It's like some people that I talk to every day. I talk to Teddy every day. I talk to Smack every day. I talk to Lexi every day, and me and Ian is starting to talk every day. So I thank God for them. If I only got them out of the situation, that'd be enough for me. But besides that, it ain't something that I would put myself into.
What has Teddy been doing since he left? Nobody's heard from him on any of his socials or anything like that.
I mean, him and Smack, they're sort of in the same realm. Like, they really don't even belong in our generation. They hippies, and they should have been like in their 20s and the 70s, because that's kind of how they live their life. Like, they're not, they're not like us. They don't need to be on their phones. They don't need to be on social media. They don't really care if like people rocking with them or not. It's like they appreciate their fans and they love when I send them the art that they fans make and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, like, it don't really excite them.
Was it surprising to learn that Teddy knew what the show was? He knew what it was the whole time?
Yes and no. Yeah, it was surprising that he knew, but at the same time, like, I mean, it's people that's still there that I'm pretty sure know about the show too. So, I mean, hey.
Can you expand on who you thought already knew?
I know Binks know what the show is from the beginning. Binks know what show she on. Binks knew what show she was walking into, and yeah.
What made you think that exactly? Like, did she say anything, or was it her attitude? Because a lot of people have been questioning on whether or not she knew.
It's not what I think; it's what I know. Prior to the show, Binks and Alex, they had got a contract last year for a show. And they was supposed to film it, and their contract said Fishtank on it. And then they got reached out to and was told that the show wouldn't be moving forward. And then they got the new contracts, which is like the same exact contract, and it was just different names. So they knew what the fuck was going on.
What was your opinion on Bert when you met him and you saw how he acted around the computer and things like that? Like, what did you think of Bert?
Bert is cool. I love Bert, but how he was reacting to a lot of the stuff, I just wasn't sure. Like, if that space was good for his mental health that he already had going on. I feel like it was kind of adding on to his trauma and shit like that, and what he already dealing with in his inner self. So I just feel like it wasn't good for him to be there. But he is a strong man, and he can clearly handle it while he's there. I was more so concerned of how it would affect him once he leave the house, because in my head, the way it was affecting him in a way that I don't even think it conveyed to y'all that's watching. In my opinion, I feel like he would go back into the real world, still waiting for a computer to respond to him, say things to him. That's just what I think. Again, I have an uncle that's schizophrenic, and they say Bert is schizophrenic. Some people say that he's method acting. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. But if he truly is schizophrenic, then I know that it could affect him when he go back into the real world.
So you think it's possible that he's gonna perhaps have some PTSD or residual effects from this for a while?
Absolutely. I'm fucking sane, and I had a little PTSD when I came home. Like literally, y'all, like TMI, but it's not TMI. Like the first 2 nights I was home, I was like in bed sleep, and I sleep in the nude. And my fiance like took the blanket off of me to get out the bed, and I hurry up and snatched the blanket. I'm like, the cameras. I literally said the cameras.
It's
So,
crazy you say that, Ron, like, cause like a lot of contestants they have like dreams and stuff about like the TTS and like being in Fish Tank. So I can't imagine like like with Bert too. Like you brought up a really good point. Like even like us, like people who aren't schizophrenic or whatever, like we have dreams about it or we have like the thoughts about it. It's like a PTSD. So
As
it's
a
crazy.
viewer, I just get into moments where I just hear TTSs in my head. Like they'll put stupid stuff like J, and I'll just in my head I'll just hear that out of nowhere. It's like poison. So I can't imagine y'all.
Yeah, like sometimes I would be sleeping and then I hear that that fucking
oh my
spit
god,
noise
that
or whatever.
sound,
The initial sound it makes,
that
you know, the
sound is
first part.
burned in my brain.
Yeah, it's like burned into my fucking brain too. Like it's crazy.
So I think it was the very first night everybody got to the house, everybody got drunk, and Alex said he said nigga, right? I can say it, I'm black. He said that.
You don't sound black, bro.
What is that? What does a black person sound like?
Let me see how you look.
I don't have a camera, man, but I am 100% black.
Look, you ain't black, but it's all right. You said the word. Let's keep it pushing. You ain't black though.
What was going through your head when he said that, and what is your opinion on it being said by multiple white people in the show since?
So when he initially said it, I wasn't right there. Like I probably was asleep because again, I'm an old man. Like I go to bed at like 10 o'clock, probably 12 at the latest. So they was all up when it happened. And so I didn't hear it the first time. And you know, they told me the next morning. I was like, whatever, long as said around me. And like we was literally cooking him breakfast and shit. And he was sitting at the front room table, and I heard him say it again. And that's when I was like, because at the end of the day, freedom of speech, whatever. Everybody can say what they want to say. But if I tell you that I feel this disrespectful, like even with you saying it over this voice thing right now, whatever, we're over a phone. But if you got respect for me and we in each other's presence, like face to face, and I tell you that it's something disrespectful to me, I will hope you will respect it, because if you still say it, then I'm gonna show you what disrespectful is. So that's just me. But you know, people can say what they want to say, but don't be surprised when I react. That's all I'm saying.
That's fair enough. And out of respect for you, I won't say it for the remainder of the call.
Thank you.
When you saw the trailer on the Hulu trailer the first time, were there any doubts in your mind that it was fake?
No, because like, what the fuck are they lying for? That's what it was in my head. And people don't even know that's what it really boiled down to what made me leave the show, because at that point so many lies had been told already. First we was told that it was gonna be on Hulu, and then we was told that the house is streaming like 24/7, but people are not watching us live 24/7. This is exactly what they told us. And so by the time that Fish Tank was revealed, so many lies had been put in place, and it was nothing that was structured in truth, that I was kind of like, how do I know if they even telling the truth about this shit? And my little black ass don't know what Fish Tank is in the first place. So in my mind, I'm just like, okay, what the fuck is Fish Tank? It ain't Hulu. And now I got to understand that Fish Tank is a pretty big deal. But to me, if I don't know what the fuck it is, and I know what Hulu is, this ain't Hulu no more, and I'm ready to get the fuck up out of here. That's how I felt.
How disappointed were you when that dropped? When you were like, "Are you serious? You telling me this ain't Hulu?"
I was just like, what the fuck did I walk into on my way in Boston? Black people don't even really be in Boston like that. These white people about to kill me in here, and I need to go the fuck home.
You know, a previous contestant like voiced how maybe she wanted to sue them. Did it ever cross your mind, like pursuing any kind of legal action? I mean, I can only imagine what it felt like, maybe just being lied to like that, you know? Because we kind of saw how disappointed you guys were, and I can only imagine how humiliating it was thinking that you were on Hulu, only to find out that you were on, you know, some internet show.
I feel like if anybody that want to sue them, that's their thing. But to me personally, the shit ain't that deep, and I don't feel like Fishtank is not important enough for me to be trying to go take their ass to court. I feel like y'all did what y'all did. That's y'all brand. We signed a contract at the end of the day. Them people that's trying to sue them and take them to court, unless they didn't sign a contract, they just go be out of money and it's gonna be pointless to them. I'm not gonna take my ass in court with these people and sit in front of some motherfuckers that would be like, oh, well, you signed a contract. Oh, well, the show was about this, whether they told you verbally what it was going to be or not in the contract and says this. I ain't got time for all that goofy ass shit. I'm going to take the experience for what it was, and I'm going to stride, and I'm going to flip this shit, and I'm going to do whatever I can off of it.
So going along with that, how did it feel when the veil finally slipped and you found out that the show was a front? Like, what was going through your head?
As soon as they revealed it, I knew I was going home. Like, I had decided that day I was going home. I just didn't know, like, what day I was leaving. And I was trying to, like, you know, at that point, if I'm not mistaken, Smack was still there, Teddy was still there, and Lexi was still there. And they were still there, and I was, like, so close with them, I was just like, whatever. If we in this shit, we go rock out. But in my mind, I had already decided the prince is going home. So
because you were lied to, you wanted to go home?
Huh?
Because you were lied to, you wanted to go home, or you just figured that
it wasn't
you were gonna go home?
Wasn't so much of the lie. It was just, where is the truth?
Okay.
You know, because lies come up all the time in any situation. But sometimes it can like correct itself when, you know, here's the lies, but now let me tell you what the truth is. So, you know, it was like all these lies, and then he go, oh, this is Fishtank. Oh, how do we know if it's Fishtank? Can you show us the site? Can you show us the? And then they show like two people, you know, the site that they screaming on, which I think it was like Symbol and somebody else. You know, it was like they was reassuring some people, and I think it was Alex. And again, Alex and Symbol, them ain't no motherfuckers that I'm gonna take their word for anything. Cause Alex got the brain of the size of a damn pea, and then Symbol, he's just a fucking liar. So it's just like, I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah, when the rug pull happened, Teddy and Smack were already gone. I think Smack left that day. To be honest, I think Smack was a little too pure of a person for a show like Fishtank. I do know that after the rug pull happened, you, Peyton, and Alexis went upstairs into bedroom 3, and Alexis was very visibly shook. And multiple people came in and tried to calm down everybody, and I think Binks was the only one who was able to kind of calm Peyton down. The next morning, though, Alexis left, and then after Alexis left, you left during the cell challenge. What was it about the cell challenge that made you decide that that's when you were going to leave?
So let me just revert back to something. You were saying that Binks was the only one that could like calm, you know, Peyton down. But let's be aware of the full situation of everybody in the house. When the rug was pulled and we all got the reveal, everybody at one point or another, they was in some type of panic. They had some type of doubt. Everybody was at some point like, what the fuck is this? Please be mindful that Binks was the only one that never panicked, never questioned anything, and she was never in a moment of what the fuck. So that's why she's able to calm down, because she know that it's a safe environment. It might look crazy to y'all, but I know what the fuck this is. Let me help you calm down, baby girl, because she knew what it was. Now, outside of that, wait, what was your follow-up question?
What was going through your mind during the cell challenge when you decided to walk out?
Oh, okay, so again, I had already decided that I was going home. I was just trying to figure out when I was going home. So Smack Teddy already gone. Love Peyton to death, but Lexi was gone too. And at that point, I was just like, them was the people that was keeping me grounded in that house. Like I was already losing my shit. As somebody that's a nature person that has a big ass front yard and backyard, I walk out and put my feet in grass every morning. I like fresh air every day. So that was already bothering me. Not being able to talk to my family and friends. My fiance, I've been with for 8 years. I've never not seen him more than 2 days. And at the point that I left, it was like 14 to 15 days. So I didn't see what was the benefits that I was reaping from it. So, and people can say, oh, 50K not enough. Not to me. You know, it is what it is. Like you can say what you want to. I don't think it's worth it. Not for the humiliation. And I just feel like I didn't want to be on the show where people could watch it back and be like, oh, he would do anything for fame and fortune because he went through some things that he knew that he didn't fuck with. And, you know, he still stayed. So the day of the Hell in Cell match, whatever that bullshit was called, when they was telling us grab your water, grab your food and shit like that, and, you know, we all going to one room, I was like, I kind of knew what it was going to be. And then they explained, and I was just like, I said it when we first got in the room, I said, oh, I'm going to be the first one to leave out this room because I know me. All these motherfucking dudes in here, some of them ain't got the best hygiene. So I'm already knowing in a minute it's about to start stinking in this motherfucker. So in like an hour or two, they turn the heat up to like max like 95. So now the room is boiling hot, and I hate to be hot in the first place. So it's hot. These motherfuckers funky. All of us is in this small ass room, and I'm just like, yeah, they got me fucked up. And then Sam bring his big ass in there, and he want to start working out with his smells coming up off of him as well. And it was just like, it was making the room hotter. It was making the room stinkier. And I was just like, this ain't something that I will allow in my everyday life. I don't give a fuck if it's cameras, a TV show, whatever the case may be. My standards don't waver. I wouldn't sit in this room in my everyday life if I was back at home smelling these motherfucking smells and sitting in this heat. I'm not gonna do it right now either. And I was just like, all right, so I'm gonna be the first to leave the room. But when I decided that I was getting up to leave out the room, my brain said, okay, it's time to go home. So I was like, okay, actually, I'm going home.
You're so real on the fucking smells, man. They stink.
Yeah, does Sam stink? Is he a stinky guy?
He smelled in that room working out.
Was there ever a point that you
he
noticed
smelled like-
Sam's hat increasing in size at all?
Huh?
His hat like increased in size like each Did you ever notice that?
No, honestly I didn't. And now that I know that it's a persona, as they say, and when I was leaving, I had a good conversation with Sam. Like they really appreciated me being that like that. That was the first time I kind of saw him as a human. So as much as I want to rag on him, if we didn't have that conversation, I wouldn't pull it back the way I do now. But I had like a good conversation with him. But prior to me finding out who he was the day that I left, I would say his appearance was never something that would catch my attention with his hat growing and shit like that. Because every time he stepped in the room, his aura disturbed me. So his personality, his aura, everything about the shit that he was saying, I thought it was corny. I thought it was lame as fuck. So I would never pay attention to his hat growing because he's annoying me as soon as he walk in the room.
LARON, you surprised a lot of the fan base, like as you being part of the LGBTQ community. You surprised a lot of them when you came out and condemned Brandon for the child drag thing. And a lot of people argue on whether or not that's sexual. I mean, and you know, we had other contestants kind of back up Brandon. Like, for example, I think Peyton condoned it. What do you think about that? Like, what do you think about her condoning it? And what are your views on that exactly?
Please. I don't know. Whatever people's choices is to support it or not, that's their thing. I didn't say what I had to say to have people rally behind me. I don't give a fuck how nobody felt about it. I can only speak of how I feel about it. And in my opinion, somebody who's been gay my whole life, you know, where I come from, you just don't involve children in certain things. whether it's something that's actually sexuality or something that expresses sexuality. Because I know I saw people that saying like, "Oh, drag has nothing to do with sex." Well, if you're a little boy and you dressing up as a girl, then that is a steer to what the sexuality is. And I know with some people that's allegedly straight and they do drag as grown people, but when you're a little boy, you are so impressionable that if you get dressed up as a girl and you are straight, you're gonna probably eventually look at yourself and think like, "Oh, I look like a cute little girl. Maybe I am gay." I just feel like, in my opinion, where I come from is just not something that you involve kids in, and people respect it or not, but I don't fuck with that, and that's all I can say.
Yeah, I think it's kind of crazy. I don't think you should be dressing kids up in drag. But to go back to the to you leaving, a lot of people thought after you left that Peyton was going to be the next to walk. Has it surprised you that Peyton is still on the show, and it's very likely that she could possibly win the show altogether?
No, it don't surprise me. Peyton is a strong young girl. Like, she come from great parents who I talk to as well, and they're a very strong built family as well. So she know what she came there for, even though it wasn't exactly what she came there for. She knows she came there to boost her careers up, which she already model and act. She's a gorgeous girl, and she know that. I spoke life into Peyton while we was there because whether I walked away or not, I'm gonna be all right. Like, I'm 28 years old. I've been broke this far. I'll be all right for the rest of my life. I got a nice piece of change. I live in a house. I own nice things, and I could be content with the rest of my life without getting any fame from Fishtank or winning that money. But she's 19. Like, this could set her up for a nice run in her life, and she knows that. Like, she's fresh out of high school. She probably do and don't know what she want out of life. Like, with me, the situation didn't make or break me because I know exactly who I am, and I know that I'm gonna walk into something that's gonna lead me to where I need to be, regardless. But she's just thinking like, this is my chance, and I think it is her chance. So I'm not surprised that she stuck around. She's doing exactly what she needs to do, and I'm proud of her.
Lauron, this
Fantastic.
question comes from Retina in the chat. He said, "I heard Mizy and Lauron have some sort of beef. And according to him, she was speaking ill about Lauron, saying he was talking shit and didn't even last that long in the show. Do you have any comments about that?"
Fuck her. That's my Beyonce. No, don't mind him, y'all. So let me tell you something. It's no beef. I would never beef with a female. Let's be clear about that. Unless you like a whale like Alex's wife, and I gotta eat your ass up for being a whale wife. So that's why I address Alex's wife, because normally I would never have conflict or beef with a female. Gay and all, I'm still a man, and I have plenty of female family, sisters, cousins that'll drag a bitch if I need them to. But so it's not beef, but I just feel like she's not somebody that I would associate with in my real life. And all my interactions with her in the house, every day I tried to like Mizy, and every day at the end of the night when I went to bed, I hated her more. So
Was
I
there
just think
anything? Was there anything in particular about her personality that just was just abrasive to you? Was there anything that just didn't click with you?
I wouldn't say personality. I would say her lack of personality. She didn't have any proof to her. Like, she didn't have anything going on but her sad ass story. And if she wasn't talking about her sad story, she was like somewhere in a bathtub eating burgers or something to make the situation about herself. She didn't. I feel like if it wasn't about Mizy, she was like, she hated for anybody else to shine. Like, imagine I have a big personality, and Lexi got a big personality, and Alex got a big personality. I'm cool with being amongst all these people with big personalities because at the end of the day, you could be you, but you can't be Ron the Prince. And I feel like she is consumed in her life that she feel like if it's anybody that's in this setting that can have any type of light, I'm gonna remove myself out of the room and go eat in the corner until somebody come and I can put the light back on myself. And I just don't fuck with people like that. That ain't somebody that I would have hung out with in school. It ain't somebody that I would talk to at my job. It's just somebody that I don't fuck with. And as far as like people saying lasting long and all that shit, first of all, suck my ass with a scroll. And that's up to you if you don't have standards and boundaries in your life. I don't give a fuck what it come to. If it ever come to a point where I feel like this ain't for me, I'm gonna walk the fuck out. I don't give a fuck if somebody look at it as weak or running or anything like that. I've been through unprovoked trauma in my life, trauma that I couldn't control, trauma that I couldn't help but to take it because it just happened in life. So when that comes to a situation where I know I can either be in this trauma or remove myself from this trauma, I'm gonna remove myself. I got enough fucking trauma to walk around with for the rest of my life, and I wish I would let something like Fishtank and Sam High add on to it.
Amen to that. What's your take on Alex crashing out as hard as he has on Instagram?
He was a crash out from day one. And as somebody that grew up where I grew up at, I know drug addicts when I see them. And I knew that, that's typically what they do. So I'm not surprised. And people think I say the drug thing as a joke, but I got drug addicts in my family. I've been around drug addicts my whole life. And I identify him as a drug addict the day that I met him. So it don't surprised me that he crashed out the way he do, because when you grow up in a family where you are sheltered and privileged, it's very hard to like. He could seem tough all he want, but really he's a pussy. And so he tried to put on this macho, I got money, woo woo. But when you privileged and sheltered, you even at 37 or 45, however old he is, you still don't know who the fuck you are because you still haven't branched off and ran out into the real world. So even as an old ass man, I feel like I knew he was gonna crash out because he don't really have no makeup of his own.
I have a question. I actually have to go right after this. I apologize, but everybody else will stay in here. I'm actually working myself. This question comes from Window Liquor. They asked me to ask this question and to not sound trolly, so I'm just gonna read it as it's written here. As someone who identifies as a pansexual, omnipresent, trans-binary, vegan-friendly she-male, I wanted to say that seeing you live authentically as a gay man has really helped me embrace my own identity. Do you feel a sense of responsibility or pride knowing that your presence can have such an impact on others in the community?
It's a great question, Window Liquor.
Responsibility, no, because I feel like if I feel like it's responsibility, then I feel like I will be showing up and trying to make sure I say the right thing, do the right thing, and I say whatever the fuck I want out of my mouth. So I'm not. If I feel like if I try to be responsible about it, I will try to be censored about it, and I want to be my authentic self. But pride, yes, I take a lot of pride in it. And I swear, y'all, I'm so appreciative of all the people that support me and all the people that felt like, they can live through me, being a gay guy on the show or whatever the case may be. But yeah, it ain't no pressure to me. This is who I am in front of the cameras, behind the cameras. This is me. So no responsibility at all. But I appreciate it very much.
LARON, there was kind of a beef between Ian. I know you remember Ian now. He left the show pretty early, I think before you. But there was a feud between him and another contestant, a freeloader, about whether or not Mexicans were allowed to say the N-word. He claimed that he was allowed to say the N-word. What do you think about, people who aren't black saying it? I mean, Ian claims that because he's Mexican, he should be allowed to say it. But he didn't really elaborate on why.
So, in my opinion, black people are the only ones that's allowed to say it. But, and I'm not approving Ian saying it or Mexican saying it at all. But at the end of the day, where I grew up at in Chicago, which is a super melting pot, I only see two types of people when I go to school, and that's black people and Mexicans. And at the end of the day, if if a white whatever, if a white judge, a white doctor, a white teacher walk in the room and they see these black and brown kids, they looking at us the same exact way. Minorities. So I grew up with Mexicans saying it, and in my head, I never be like, "What the fuck you just say?" That's just me, Versus like me being around an Asian or a white person, and they say it, and I'll be like, "Don't say it around me. Say what you want when you ain't around me." But and I would just say I don't think it's cool, but if it's said around me by a Mexican, I will be honest, no alarms go off in my head.
It's like
I
the
think
same way for me too. Like in Southern California, like everybody says it. Especially like when you're from like a poor part, you're not surprised, and you
Yep,
never really like think twice about it.
it's true.
Lauron, at the beginning of the show, did you have any idea that it was being recorded 24/7?
So I always thought that it was being recorded 24/7.
But did you think that you
Because
could
I'm
see it
pretty
all
sure
the time?
I never thought it was being fed into the real world 24/7. Like them recording 24/7 is a different thing from it
You're
live
right.
streaming
That
20.
is very true. So is there anything
Yeah.
looking back, like knowing that now, that you think like, man, fuck, I shouldn't have said that, I shouldn't have did that?
No. Actually, me and my fiance was just talking like 2 hours ago, and I was like, I don't even know what we was talking about, but I think I was on the phone with my best friend. And she was saying like, "Oh, I'd be scared to go on a reality show because I'd be scared of like saying the wrong thing." And then she was asking me like, "Was you scared about saying?" I'm like, "Hell no! I said on there as a black man that even though I didn't vote, if I was outside and I would have voted, it would have been for Trump because I felt like the motherfucker was a good president. I don't fuck with him as a person, but at the end of the day, motherfuckers like him has been running this country since the beginning of the time, and I felt safe when he was my president because I know if a motherfucker act stupid and they act like they go attack us, he go fuck them up, and that's what a president supposed to do. So that's just my opinion. If you can respect it or not respect it, you can dap me up about it, or you can suck my ass with a straw. It don't matter.
Nice. I'm actually, like I said, I do have to go. I just wanted to say one thing, Lauron, before I go, and then everybody else can continue the interview. One of the very first nights you were cooking salmon in the kitchen, and I just want to let you know that you fucked that salmon up. Oh my goodness, bro. Oh my goodness. How did that
No,
salmon end up tasting?
first of all, I did not fuck the salmon up. It was just being sauteed with seasoning. You probably don't know about salt and pepper, bro.
Oh.
No, I told you I'm black, man.
You're not black.
Thank you,
Okay,
LaRon. I'm
LaRon.
heading out, but you guys continue. Thank you.
LaRon, since
man.
our main, do any other interviewers have any questions before we move LaRon into the other
Oh, we have
chat?
a
LaRon,
ton of questions left.
okay, we have some more questions for you, LaRon. If you guys want to go ahead and maybe read off some
So we
ones.
have some chat questions for you if you'd like. So this one's from Retina as well. If you could go back in time and not do the show, would you? And if not, why not?
No. I would definitely do the show. I probably would have left on like day 10 instead of like 14 or 15. But I would have still did the show because at the end of the day, motherfuckers need to see me. Like, I am somebody to see. I don't care what nobody say. I am somebody to see. And even if I moved one person, I prefer like 5 people at minimum. That's good enough for me. So
Through
I
that.
can't what I need to do.
I think
All right,
you're like a great addition to the fish tank community too. Like even though like you left or whatever, you come to like you came around, you found out about it, and like people really like you like a lot. And so like of course we kind of did have to see you because people really like you.
Thank you.
All right, so this question is from Texas Toasted and also from Window Liquor. Essentially, the question is just most cringeworthy moment or a specific show that made you cringe while looking back on it.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. That was a cringy ass show, and I feel like every day it was at least like 3 moments that made me think like, why the fuck am I here? So it's like I can't really group it down to one because every day in that house was kind of like what show we on again? They
The
allowing
whole
this to
thing was
happen?
cringe.
Hmm?
Whole thing was
I feel
cringe.
that.
I get you.
Yeah.
I feel that
What
it's so
offended you
hard.
the most in the show? Was there anything like besides the N word or something that made you go like, "Oh hell no, I am not putting up with this shit"?
Again, like a lot of the stuff that was happening, I knew I didn't fuck with, and I was already every day I had one of my feet out the door. Every day I was prepared to leave. But I feel like the main thing that really threw me off is Bert's situation in totality. Like I feel like they was playing into his mental health illness. I feel like in my opinion, right? Like I'm completely sane or whatever the case may be, and I'm not saying that he's not, but he clearly has some mental issues. But I know that whatever happens in this house, it might affect me out in the real world. And Bert, he was a volunteer firefighter before he came in the house, and he was taking his final test coming up on December 12th, to be an actual firefighter. And I just feel like if y'all knew this information previous to him coming into the house, I feel like some of the things that production made him lean into when it came into conversations, him being sexually, explicit. Now, mind you, if that's his thoughts, that's his thoughts. You is who you is. But I watch production make him go into details about certain things. And like for example, it was a day where he was talking about sex, whatever, and they was telling him like, oh, if it wasn't no polices and it wasn't no rules, what would you do to somebody? And it's just like I feel like if y'all already know this show already comes with a lot when we leave here, don't be setting us up for extra crossfire. And I feel like that's exactly what they was doing to him. And me personally, my morals ain't fuck with it. So I feel like everything that was Bert was kind of too much.
Were you
LARON,
Oh,
LARON, with
wait,
the
I
Alex
wanted
B drama, why did that start, and do you really hate him?
Who?
Alex B.
that guy with the fat wife.
No, so the thing is, like, I don't hate Alex at all. Even now, I just feel like he's a fucking moron, and I just feel like he don't have anybody in his life to really check his ass. And I feel like even in the house, I never forgive him because cameras was around or we was on the TV show and all like that. I forgave him because I really thought he was my brother, and I thought that I can help educate him to send him back into the real world with a better understanding. Because I feel like again, when you're white, privileged, and you're sheltered growing up, I feel like you may have been around some black people that allow you to say nigga because they feel like, oh, let him say it. Alex go pay for the drugs. He go pay for the liquor. He go pay for the clubs when we go to him. Let him say whatever he want to say. I don't give a fuck what you got. It's my job to teach you that if like you got a pass sitting around me, I might have checked you. But if you used to sit around one of my cousins or something, Alex B probably wouldn't be around. And I'm not trying to make threats or anything like that. I just know how people is where I come from. So the reason why I really don't fuck with Alex now is because it's really more so because people do shit all the time where I be like, I don't fuck with them, I'm moving away from them. I don't fuck with Mizy, I don't fuck with Danye, I don't fuck with them people. And I also don't care about them people, so it didn't matter. But Alex, I cared about him and it hurt my feelings, and that's why I roasted him and his pig.
I love you, Rob, bro. Him and his pig, bro. That's okay.
True.
Bro. I love Ron. Ron knows I love Ron because we be texting, but
yeah.
Ron pilled.
LARON, did you want to?
How much
go ahead,
were you
Figure.
aware of Bert's habits? Like, did you know what he was doing by himself in the rooms?
I promise y'all, like, I'm trying to say this without sounding like so self-absorbed, but I really am one of them people that wake up and worry about me every day. Like, and anybody that I can help and that comes into my world, I can step into their world so we could like build each other up the ladder, I would do that. But as far as like going out of my way with somebody that I don't talk to in the house every day and be trying to figure out what they got going on or like hearing what they got going on, so I wasn't aware. I feel like everybody was aware of his hypersexuality shit because they fed into it. So he felt the need to talk to them about it. When Bert was around me, he had some motherfucking sense, and we had logical conversations. And then to have like super sexual conversation, I would put his ass back on the track. So I feel like he did it with people that fed into it. So I didn't know about his shit.
You were just minding your business, basically.
Yeah.
All right, Lauron, this question comes from Peachy. Do you plan on collabing with anybody going forward? And has Sam contacted you again to see if you were going to come back for any future projects?
I am willing to collab or whoever want. No, that's a lie. Let me not lie. I am willing to collab with the friends that I made since I came up off Fishtank. And like, you know, couple people that I connected with outside of that was on there previously. One of them is here. Trisha, Jimmy. I had a good conversation with him, even though people was telling me not to talk to him because he say this and that. I could talk to who the fuck I want to talk to and just don't say it in front of me again. Me and Frank, we be having words. We just had words yesterday. We be talking. I'm not gonna confirm or deny that Sam has reached out to me, but Sam follow me on Twitter and Jet follow me on Twitter. And they love the Prince. That's all I'm saying.
You left and you were favored. Like, I feel like some of the people who have been on the show, they haven't had that experience, which, you know, but like the way that you left and like you were a little like you were startled, which that's what I was talking about. I think like when I first talked to you, like if I was in your situation, especially since you didn't know about Fish Tank and stuff, like I would have been startled too, or like not startled, but like taken aback, because like I knew what it was and I was kind of prepared for it. They did torture us a lot or whatever, but that was like fine. But like even on the show, like I was like sometimes like when I was not like this, because I had to like force dissociate myself for a lot of stuff. Um, I was like, damn, this is just crazy. So I can't imagine like what you were feeling like walking in. Like I probably imagine like you're like ambushed, like you're ambushed with this.
Yes. And that y'all,
Yeah.
but you know, I'm not, and please don't think I'm just trying to say this because like where I'm from, but like it's my story is my story and the facts are the motherfucking facts. Not only do I not know what Fish Tank is until I came off that show, but still nobody that I know where I'm from know what the fuck Fish Tank is. So I didn't really like a random white guy who I still talk to this day. The first day I was on the show, he DM'd my mama and my fiance like, "Oh, he's on this show. This how y'all can watch it," because my family and friends would have never knew what the fuck was going on. While we was there, I feel like everybody had a friend or family that chimed into the show and encouraged them over the thing. And I was just like, ain't nobody watching my black ass that I know here. So if something happens to me, I'm fucked. So yeah.
Praise the Lord.
That's so real because like I had to tell my mom, like I told everyone, and like I think I had like obviously I had like internet friends who knew what it was, but like a lot of people like just around me in real life, like they did not know what it was, and my parents had to stop watching because they didn't like watching me get tortured or whatever. But like I think like because I live in San Bernardino and this shit like it's just really ghetto around here, like I wouldn't expect people to be in that type of media. So it was like mainly like my online friends who were like keeping up. I had like one in real life friend who watched it, like, and then all my friends like basically got exposed to it because they knew I was going on, and they were just like, "That shit is crazy." And I got like TTSs from like my ex, my friends. They're like trying to encourage me. And when I got off the show, they were like, "What the fuck were you on?" But like, they're just happy, like I made it out. Like, but
Same.
yeah,
I found it. They like My family like, we don't care if you ain't win. We don't care if you left early. Mom was like, the second day you was there, she literally told my fiance, I hope they vote LARON off on the first elimination. My mom said that.
LaRon, are you familiar with who Dunye is?
He said he already knows who Dunye is. He said fuck Dunye.
I know who Dunye is. I don't fuck with Dunye. And here's why. When I came off the show, a lot of people was like comparing me and him, and I thought it was cool as fuck that another black gay boy was on there, and on there for as long as he was on there. Like, I big up shit like that because
He was the longest freeloader out of the whole series so far.
Yeah, I don't think that's a flex.
Don't even
but,
suck his dick. Don't even suck his dick.
Go ahead.
So I tagged him in a few things. Somebody asked me how I talked to him, and I was just like, no, I haven't talked to him, but congratulations to him. He cool or whatever. Like, peace and love to that brother. And somebody tweeted him was like, LaRon said he would like to talk to you, and then he was like, oh, that will be a fee. First of all, let's be clear. I will never sit down and pay to talk to anyone. I don't give a fuck who you is. Unless you like Jay Leno or something like that, and I'm finna be on a big motherfucking platform, I wouldn't pay you a rusty motherfucking red penny that fell out of Red Robin asshole. So that's just me though. And so he said that, and I was just like, okay, who you think gonna pay him? Because I don't care how long he was a freeloader, I don't see his influence on the show. Even still, that I've stepped away and I'm able to analyze the show and break it down and stuff like that. It's certain people whose names I come up and I'll be like, I see their influence on that show, and I see where they broke down barriers. When I look at his overall analysis of the show, I don't see anything that he made up besides, being black and embarrassing on there and letting white people do whatever the fuck they want to do to him and talk to him however they want to talk to him. So if he think that that's a flex, that he's the longest running freeloader and think that he's above himself because of that, I think he's stupid as fuck. And at the end of the day, you could be a freeloader, but we was on Fishtank and you would never be a fish.
What was your response to him when he told you that there was a fee?
I didn't respond because I just knew he wasn't talking to me. And one of his friends, a guy named Chris, I believe, he DM'd me and he really wanted me and Danye to talk. And he the one that paid Danye the fee. And mind you, somebody I don't even fucking know because he wouldn't got shit from me. And so he paid the fee. We got on the live, and as soon as we got on the live, I told Danye, oh, make sure you let your fans know that I didn't pay anything to sit down with you because I wouldn't pay you anything to sit down with you. And he was like, oh no, that's when he tried to clear it up. Oh, Chris, the one that paid the fee or whatever. And it's like he have a big bark online, but really he's pussy because when he came to like being face to face with me on live, he was sweet as fuck.
Oh, so there is a live out there somewhere?
So, Danye, let me be clear. Danye is such a fucking hater, so strategic in what he did. The live was supposed to be on my IG live, and he was with Jacob, the little skinny white boy that was on Fishtank as well.
Pow MV.
Talking a little bit, and Jacob was at Danye's house, and Danye was like, "Oh, tell him to get on my live." And I was gonna screen record and shit if it was on my live, but he made sure to put it on his live. And then, when he ended the live, instead of posting the live, he made sure he deleted it because I just like he didn't really want it to be no evidence that because prior to the interview, somebody said on Twitter, "Oh, make sure you put him in his place," and he re-shared it. You couldn't put me in my place because just look at you. So he knew that at the end of the live, it was no place put in. He didn't say anything to try to argue with me, intimidate me, check me, because at the end of the day, like we both live in Texas and he know that we can meet up if we needed to. So he didn't want that live to be out there because he know that live really showed that he's pussy and he just talk a lot of good talk on Twitter.
No, remember, because I remember texting you. I was just like, that was just unexpectedly nice. Like, and after all the shade that was thrown, and I was gonna add earlier, remember how you said like basically about him like being the longest reign freeloader or whatever the fuck. The funny thing about it was like he was talking so much shit to me, talking about the fish tank will never fuck with you again, blah blah blah, like trying to like I don't know one up me. And on the show notes it says return to professionalism, no Dunye, which I have those shows the show notes for season 3.
LaRon, do you think
Yep.
if you and
I'm
Dunye were to
listening to
square
you.
up, you'd win?
What I will say, it won't be a time, a place, or space, or opportunity where me and Danye would square up and he would kick my ass. Please know that.
So, you said earlier that you like Trump and that you would vote for him, or maybe not that you personally like him, but you'd like him as a president.
I don't like him.
Okay. Well, this question comes from Bonkus. What's it like being a queer black man in Donald Trump's America?
It don't matter who the fuck the president. I feel the same exact way whoever the motherfucking president is. It been all these white men all my whole motherfucking life, and even when Obama was in it, I still felt like the same black gay motherfucker. It don't really change who I am because who in that office. I feel like the rules and shit are still in place. It don't matter who's in there sitting in that office. You know, it is what it is, and you know it. It don't
If you were
really
president, LaRon, if you were president, what would you do? What's the first thing you would change?
Trust me, you don't want to hear that from me. So let's skip that question.
I kind of want to hear it now.
No, you don't. No.
They're cheering for you.
LaRon's
It's very
dictator.
it's rare that I get myself to like shut my mouth. It's very rare that I have the moments. So when I do have the moments, I shut my mouth.
No,
So
that's fair. You're a smart man. All right, does anybody else have any questions?
Yeah, I wanted to kind of ask more about Bert. There was one I read on the YouTube. This guy was asking a question that I kind of want to ask. So I'm not sure if you know this, but after the Brandon incident, Binks started throwing eggs at Bert, and he started, kind of having an episode. And following that, he kind of broke down and cried, you know. So I was wondering, like, how do you feel about sort of I don't know, the kind of bullying there she did with him in terms of like with his mental illness and all that?
Again, I love Binks, and but that whole situation, I feel like she was a fucking cornball for that, and I feel like you don't get no brownie points for that because you just had this motherfucker that was in here, dressing up kids in drag, but you fully supported him, and then you want to take someone like Bert that's been nothing but nice and kind to you and throw eggs at him. And I'm just one of the type of persons, people that you cannot pay me to do anything to anybody that I genuinely fuck with. I don't give a fuck what money you offer. I don't give a fuck what the camera's time is. I feel like if you do something based off the reaction of what the production would like or whatever, I think you're a fucking puppet, and I think you're a cornball, and I think that's exactly what Binks exuded in that moment. Do I still love Binks? Yes, because you can't stop loving somebody overnight. But at the end of the day, now I'm looking at her with my third eye, like, bitch, you questionable.
Amen. Speak it how it is.
Anybody have
LaRon,
any other? Yeah, go
how
ahead.
do you feel about Sam being labeled as a white supremacist? Did you feel any racial hostility from Sam whatsoever?
No, not from him directly. Honestly, y'all, Sam was very respectful to me. And I feel like he respectful to people that make sure that they put in place that they should be respected. And if he feel like he can disrespect you and you display that you someone that's okay with being disrespected, he would disrespect you. I never display that. I would never display that. I don't give a fuck if I was sitting in front of Trump or Jesus. So he never made me feel like he was racist towards me. Do I feel like it's some shit that's questionable that I could be like, this motherfucker got a little race bone in his body? Yeah, but he wasn't racist to me.
That was like the same experience I got from Sam on the show. Like he was like I thought I was gonna be easy target, mainly because I knew what I was going on, which was Fishtank. But like the whole time he was nice. He was encouraging me, and like I don't know, like, cause I don't know. You haven't seen Bitch Tank, but like, there's a girl who was on there. She was always calling me ghetto street rat, ghetto street rat. Like, trying to be rude, like calling me nigger, blah blah blah. No, like she's just racist, and like Sam would like tell me, I don't think that about you at all. Which I was like, damn, I thought I was gonna be the easy target. But yeah, I can tell like with Sam, he knows who he could bully or like break down easy. Like he'll pick those people, but then
For
like
sure.
he'll also mutually respect people who he knows, you know, like
Like,
he
like for example, the last day I was there when they was doing like the Hell in the Cell match, um, production knew in total, like Jet, Ben, who I love both of them. Sam cool now, but Sam know he get on my fucking nerves. I make that very public to him. And he fuck with me for that because, I'm just an honest motherfucker. Like, you alright, but I don't really know about you. But Jet and Ben, I love them. And I feel like when it came to doing certain things, they didn't ask me. Just like that day on the Hell in the Cell, they had the challenge where they had all these grown ass men and women get on their knees and do wolf sounds to the motherfucking camera. And Sam went around the whole room and he made sure to come to me last and he said, Lauron, I can already guess what your answer is. And I said, I'm not getting on my knees, like unless I'm with my man, TMI. But like, I'm not as a grown ass man. I'm not gonna get on my motherfucking knees in front of a motherfucking camera and make wolf sounds to a fucking camera. I think that shit is stupid, and to me, it's degrading. If I say I'm a motherfucking princess, just showing shit that I ain't doing.
Yeah, I was like on an extremely degrading season, and I think Sam was kind of like pissed about it, low key, about the whole season. But like, I would say like I'll probably send it to you. Like one of the like I would be shaking when Sam came around because I thought I was an easy target, but like there was definitely people who he just absolutely hated, like on site type shit, and like I don't know who watched Bitch Tank in here, but like when we were in the
I watched
closet,
it. Good.
yeah, remember when we were in the closet? I just knew he was gonna like pick and like antagonize in the closet. We had to go in a closet with him, and he like
Right.
asked us like, about our like plans or whatever, like the show. Some of the people just got humiliated, but like when I went in there, I was like really nervous, and I was like, "Fuck! Like, is he gonna like humiliate me in front of everyone?" He was just completely just talking to me like normal, and he was just like, "What's your strategy?" Talking to me like a human. Compared to there was this big Australian girl. He had her eliminated off the spot. Made her pour like coffee and fucking energy drink on her head in front of everyone. Like he was grabbing her. I was like, damn,
What
I
was
would
her
be
name?
scared.
Shadi, do you remember her name?
Fuck, what is her name? I can't remember it right now.
What color was her hair?
I don't remember. She just
I
had
think
like a
it's thing.
scar,
Heather. Heather, maybe.
and then no, it's not Heather. But like, okay, that and then Juliana and Haley, like I just knew like it was gonna go bad for them, and that's exactly what happened. And yeah, Sam has respect for people who have respect, but like he will find his targets who will break, like.
Yeah, because like a lot of times when we would do like confessionals and Sam sit in with us, people used to really piss me off. They'll go before it's time them going there. They be like, "Oh my god, I'm so scared," and then they'll come out like, "Oh my god, he made me so nervous. He made me like this," and I'm just like, "Calm down, y'all some grown ass motherfucking people." So every time I went in there, I'm looking at him, he looking at me. What we talking about? Like I like it. My granddad his size, so a big motherfucker like that don't really put no fear in my heart. I guess it was because his size or whatever the case may be, or maybe because his personality. Did I not like his personality? I thought it was disturbing. I didn't like it. I thought it was disturbing. But in a day, I never felt intimidated. So I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, like that was basically what it was. It's like our confessionals we had to do with him, and I was intimidated because I knew Sam from like previous media. I was like, I'm
Mhm.
if this guy like I'm a fan of some of his like comedy and shit. Like if he kind of like it's like never meet your heroes type shit. I was just like, damn, like he's gonna break me down, but then he never did. And then every time I was around Sam, like after all those times, I was just like pretty chill because he's like always encouraging and he was always super nice to me, especially even off camera. I was just like, damn, like he is just. It is crazy because like you didn't know about Fish Tank before, so I understand like you were probably really disturbed by his persona because
And
I knew about
even
Fish Tank.
still,
I was disturbed.
even still, I haven't watched any of the first or the second season. I only see clips when I'm on Twitter, and I like catch little stuff here and there from my season, but I wouldn't go back and watch them episodes either because I'm thankful for the opportunity. I fuck with it. The community, I'm grateful for y'all, but I just hope that y'all can go me on my journey to where the fuck I'm supposed to be. But I don't really fuck with what the show represents. But and Sam, I went back and looked at some of his comedy and shit like that. Not a fan of it. But I also think he's a genius. Like two things could exist and be true at the same time. You cannot fuck with a person and what they do and still acknowledge them for being a genius about it.
Damn.
Sam is basically like Kanye West.
Exactly.
Very interesting.
A good take. Okay, does anybody have any more questions? How this works, Lauron, is like what we do is we ask you the formal questions in here as like a formal kind of interview setting, and then we're gonna switch you over to this channel where basically everybody gets to talk.
I gotta go in like 3 minutes. I'm about to hit the streets.
Oh, that's
Okay,
perfect.
we can. Okay, that's fine. Okay, does anybody have any other questions then? Any final questions for anybody?
Before we move them, I just want to.
say,
Okay, then you go
I
first.
did want to say that you know, you can always fuck with the talent, but you don't have to always fuck with the individual. You know, good key advice.
Lauron, would you ever go back if they ever called upon you to do any type of reprisal role?
They do that a lot, by the way. They do that a lot, and people, if they like you, they might try to convince you into going back. I mean,
It
you know,
wouldn't
they
be
say,
as a
you know, you give the people what they
contestant.
want.
Yeah, you would come back as like your
I
own.
know what y'all talking about, and without saying too much, I feel like if I wanted to, the offer will be on the table. But I feel like I have to continue to do my research and make sure it's something that I'm comfortable with before I go back into that environment. Whether I'm like, fish or freeloader. I know freeloaders ain't got to do as much and shit like that. But at the end of the day, me who I am as a person, I don't really walk into things knowing that some situations gonna happen where it's gonna make me uncomfortable because again, I say anything I want out of my mouth and I'm gonna always have a reaction to something. So I don't want to agree to something and get there and something happen and I be like, fuck y'all. Because like for example, like when I got to the show and everything was happening, whatever, I love production. And the day that Alex said the N-word again and production didn't come up, I walked up to the camera. I said, production, if y'all don't come talk to him, fuck y'all. And I meant that. And production know I meant that. So that's just me as a person. I could love y'all and then still tell y'all fuck y'all when y'all feel like y'all playing in my face. So I feel like I'm not saying I won't, but right now, I need to continue to be in my bubble and figure out what the fuck this shit is.
You know, Lauron, we got to
Okay,
move you into the other chat soon to talk to everybody. But do you mind if I say one thing really quickly?
Yeah,
Lauron,
I gotta go.
You gotta go.
You can say what you gotta say, but I can't go into
Lauron
another
leaving.
chat,
He said he's about to go
Lauron,
outside.
as one of the
Lauron, it's
original
fine.
members of season 3, you came in with such energy, such swagger, such bravado. I think that we would all agree that you, Lauron, were the heart of season 3 and made such a fantastic addition to the community. Thank you for joining us, and it's been a pleasure to have you here. Are there any handles or media that you want to shout out? Do you have any handles or anything you want to shout out?
Ron the Prince on Instagram is his Instagram.
Yes, Ron the Prince on all social medias. Huh?
No, I was gonna say like someone linked the Instagram because Lauron.
Yeah, my name is
My
name is the same on all social medias: TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. My name is branded, so it's always exactly the way it's spelled: RONTHEPURINCE. It will never be a number in there or pound sign or underscore. My name is owned. So
Also,
Okay,
special
Lauron,
shout out to Shadi.
Oh yeah, hi.
Thank you for
What's your
joining,
favorite
Shadi.
What's your favorite Nicki Minaj song?
Chirac.
Which one?
Chirac.
Chirac? Okay, I think mine is right now. Well, for the past few years, it's seeing green.
Oh, you know what? Seeing green has been my motivation for like the last 2 or 3 years. So I'm gonna say
Exactly. Nah, cause like, and it brought back like Young Money, like all on the same track. It's so
Yes.
nostalgic. Okay,
For sure.
that was my question.
All right, y'all.
Okay,
Thank y'all.
Laron.
I really appreciate y'all.
Yeah, we
Hope
appreciate you.
y'all follow
Thank
me.
you so much
If,
for coming.
Thank you, LaRon.
if
You're the
y'all not
best,
thank you,
following
Lauron.
Socials.
You're the best, Lauron.
if y'all
If you
not
don't mind,
following me,
just
y'all have to follow me. Just please send me a DM. Me and my fiance go through the DMs all the time, and I will make sure I follow y'all back. I don't try to leave anybody unseen or unread or something like that. I ain't that too big here. I don't think I'm no motherfucking Danye. I am the motherfucking prince, but I'm a person at the same time. So thank y'all. I love y'all, and I appreciate y'all.
All
Thank
right.
you so
Hey,
much.
you're the best, Lauron.
Bye.
Ladies
Best.
and
Love
gentlemen,
y'all.
Bye, y'all.
LaRon.
Laron.
Lauron.
Who's
Yeah,
got
it
the
was
track?
probably
Lauron.